It's a snowy and emotional day in Buffalo as the Bills are about to take the field in this divisional playoff matchup against Cincinnati. AFC playoffs with Kansas City in the 5th consecutive year in the AFC championship game. We'll take on Cincinnati in KC if the Bengals win here. If it's Buffalo as the opponent, the Bills and Chiefs will meet at the neutral site next Sunday in Atlanta. Over 70,000 on hand, one of whom is America's hero, Damar Hamlin. You saw him being transported into the stadium. His mom, Nina, his father, Mario, a short while ago, and his little brother and hero, Demir, heading up to one of the suites to watch this game. It's just a big wow here today in Buffalo. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wilson, Jay Feely, and Gene Steratore. What can you say? I mean, we got these teams coming together after what happened 20 days ago. It looked like tragedy, but now has turned into a triumphant story that's galvanized this country. And these two teams, they handled it so well, but here they are meeting in such a high-stakes game.
Oh, this is unbelievable. To have Hamlin here, believe me, if they even see him on the Jumbotron or he walks out, this place is going to go nuts. This is a monster game. We knew all year long. Cincinnati, Buffalo, Kansas City are going to be there toward the end, and here we are, only 3 teams standing, and it's these 3, and these quarterbacks are probably one of the biggest reasons why.
Well, that's what you're talking about. Mahomes is already on the next Sunday, and here you've got one more ready to go for the championship game next week. Will it be Josh or will it be Joe? Woo. Let's talk Josh first.
Does that mean you're picking Josh?
No, we got him queued up.
We're going to see how it goes. Right now, Josh Allen's playing at an incredibly high level. Everyone knows a mistake here and there sometimes has allowed other teams to stay in the game. But when he puts it all together and protects the football, I mean, he does things that nobody else can do. And that's why he's always going to be a challenge, especially when he's at home.
And then you got Joe, Mr. Cool. Okay, all he's done is win on the road in playoff action, and he's got an offensive line that's a giant concern here today.
It is a giant concern because they, for 15 games, were amazing this year, but now all of a sudden, 3 guys out from what it was, this is going to be hard. He's got to do what he did last year. Last year, he put his team on his back. That's what he's got to do if he's going to get back to the Super Bowl or the AFC title game this year.
For more on that patchwork offensive line, down to the sideline, Tracy, it's all yours.
Jim, this offseason, the Bengals went out and they rebuilt that offensive line to protect their franchise quarterback. It is a big reason why they are here. For 15 straight games, they had that line. That is, until they lost Lael Collins to a torn ACL, and then Alex Kappa to an ankle injury. And last week, they lost Jonah Williams to a knee injury. That means a reshuffling of this offensive line. They're without 3 starters. Jackson Carman, who turns 23 today, will get his first NFL start at left tackle.
Well, everyone will be checking that out for sure, Tracy, as we're about to get started here in Buffalo. Bengals and Bills on CBS.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Motivation. It drives us as human beings. It exists for a multitude of reasons. But what is it that motivates these men? Does it come from their franchise's troubled past?
The 49ers have won it, beating the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl.
And it is no good. He missed it to the right.
Or does it come from within?
And one of the biggest heartbreaks you'll ever see.
Ever.
What about motivation for their fellow brother? What about for each other?
He's got it now. What a tribute to Damar.
The motivation for one singular goal
A leaping touchdown, Cincinnati.
can stem from many experiences.
This crowd is going crazy.
And every experience leads up to this exact moment.
To the end zone.
Oh, it's Gabe Davis.
To bring you one step closer to your goal.
Bam, bam, bam.
One week season from here on out. That's it, man. Go 1-0.
Welcome to the AFC Divisional.
Well, Justin Haley teeing us up to get us started here. Could not be more primed. So we even have, for this divisional playoff presented by Intuit TurboTax, a snow-covered field and a sky shrouded in snow. We are ready to go. And before we kick it off, let's send it down to Jay Feely.
Well, Jim, about 2 o'clock, somebody shook that snow globe. It started snowing. It should snow throughout the game. I think the footing's good with the field turf so far. No wind down here, so it shouldn't impact these high-powered offenses. And in a game as evenly matched as this, it could come down to special teams. We know about Hines, his 2 kickoff returns against New England. But the real concern for Cincinnati is a rookie long snapper, a rookie punter and holder, and a second-year kicker who's been shaky at times this year. And Jim, we know in a game like this, one big play, one big mistake in special teams, that could be the difference.
Sounds like Jay, thanks for coming down to a field goal in the end. And I wouldn't be surprised as the Bills won the toss, and they're going to kick it. They defer here at the top.
If you wanted football weather, you want something that looks like a playoff game, Jim, this is it right here. It's just one of those moments that you knew was just going to happen. These two teams were going to meet. And there's Mr. Cool. Joe Cool right there. Joe Burrow, almost impervious to pressure. And you see what he's done. It's almost one of those things, Jim, that you just don't expect young guys to be able to handle all this, right? That early. 4 playoff wins, more than anybody else in the Bengals history. Is so early in his career, it's really impressive.
Both of these quarterbacks today, age 26. There's all 8 quarterbacks that took teams to the divisional round were under 30. It's only the second time it's ever been that way. Of course, both home teams were victorious on Saturday. Broke the trend last year when all 4 road teams won on divisional weekend. Away we go. Bass with the kick. Williams makes the grab over the shoulder at the goal line and flies up ahead where he's tripped up by Cam Lewis at the 20-yard line. And here he comes. You mentioned it, Tony. Already holds the Cincinnati record for most playoff wins as a quarterback, 4-1. Boomer had 3 wins. Ken Anderson had a couple of wins. Of course, this is something new for this franchise, having postseason wins in consecutive seasons. And today they're trying to advance to the championship game for the 2nd straight year.